Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another daily drop here on TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI publisher Andrew Jones, and the topic is Carolina football good to great? Well, actually, bad to good again. And what do I mean by that? Go back to Saturday night. The Tar Heels, who had been really good in 5 of their 6 games, checking a ton of boxes, and they certainly checked enough in the win at home over App State, were suddenly out of character, way out of character. Didn't check a lot of boxes. Some guys had some good games. Some guys played well. And there were stints where they played well. But by and large, didn't check enough boxes, and certainly not the most important boxes. So a team that was working on going from good to great, if there's a good meter here and the other side of it's great, I think the Tar Heels were kind of over here. But Saturday night slid them back off the screen. At least for now. They have a chance to change that considerably Saturday in Atlanta against Georgia Tech. Talk about that later in the week. So the message was good to great. It was pounded into them last winter, all spring, all summer, and then beginning with fall camp in August. It's something that the kids always bring up. But the Tar Heels slid back to bad. And I think when you lose at home to Virginia, that's bad. When you let Virginia run for 129 more yards than it had been averaging, that's bad. When Virginia scores, 8.5, 9 points more than it had been averaging, that's bad. When Virginia has the ball for 37 minutes to your near 23, that's bad. So the Tar Heels, and quite frankly, the other thing is Virginia turns it over twice in the end zone. One on interception, and the fumble at the goal line. Ball rolls out for a touchback. Carolina gets the ball. And Mac hit on it Monday when he said, look, we could have lost by much more. And they could have. And maybe they should have. Maybe they're fortunate that they didn't. So where the Tar Heels stand right now is they kind of got to rebuild a little bit, got to regroup. Part of regrouping is going from bad, which is the last time we've seen them, to good again, which they'll need to win in Atlanta. And they must begin to build that process again. I don't think we should expect them to pick up where they were when they left the field against Miami. Or maybe they will. It's an older team. It's a mature team. It's a talented team. It's a well-coached team. Perhaps they will have that kind of juice and venom Saturday night at the Flats. If they do, they have a chance to win impressively. Although I do think that Georgia Tech's much better than Virginia, and this game's on the road, and it's a house of horrors for North Carolina. They've lost 10 out of 12 at Georgia Tech. And one of those wins, as I sidebar for a moment, was Marquise Williams. The Marquise Williams game in 2015, I covered it. Carolina was down, 21-0? And came back and won because that was one of the grittiest performances I have ever seen in any sport at any level. And I've covered all 4 professional sports and major college sports for 27 years, and Marquise was a beast that day. The Tar Heels need to channel what Marquise had that day, and they need to inject it into themselves this week if they want to somehow pick up where they left off after the Miami game. If they want to recapture that and sidestep, or rather leap over, having to go from bad to good again, and just simply jump bad, hit good during the week, and land on great Saturday night. It's possible, but it's not likely. So to me, the mission this week is to clean up some things. You got to catch the ball, guys. Can't drop that much. According to PFF, Nate McCollum has 7 drops in his career. 4 of them were Saturday. I bet you the staff charted him for more. J.J. Jones had 2. Usually reliable. Great hands. He dropped 2. Maybe they need to play some more guys. Doc Chapman got in there and replaced McCollum after a bunch of drops and actually made a really nice play on a 33-yarder. Get him out there. They're using the bench and reserves as somewhat of a motivator on defense. They need to do a little bit more on offense. And I'm not a practice. I don't know how good the wide receiver room is. We're told that it's pretty good. We were told 2 weeks ago that Chapman needs more playing time. Well, maybe he earned more. Maybe these guys need to be fresher. Maybe there needs to be a penalty for dropping multiple passes in a row. We'll see. I have a pretty good feeling that there's an edge this week at practice, and those are the kinds of things that are part of having an edge as a staff and kind of infusing the team with that. So head to Atlanta Saturday night in order to also be good and then get to great again. Is you've got to put more pressure on the quarterback. They had 2 sacks tonight, but only 2 quarterback hurries. Granted, Virginia got rid of the ball quickly, didn't throw deep that much, but there wasn't a whole lot of stress put on Tony Muskett. And he had some success with the run as well. Front line didn't play well. They need to be better off the snap. They need to be better in pre-snap. They bit on too many of those fake dives. They've got to be sharper in their minds. All right. And the other thing is the staff has to call a good game. The staff has been fantastic all year, but they had a bad game Saturday night. They admitted they had a bad game Saturday night. So to go from bad to good means all that crap's got to be cleaned up. And then when you wake up Saturday morning in Atlanta, they have to have a good disposition. They got to have a good focus and a clear mind. Admittedly, that wasn't the case Saturday. They weren't ready. There wasn't a burn anywhere around a football program. It wasn't in the stadium either. And quite frankly, some of the media showed up later than usual. It wasn't even with the media. People looked at that game as a throwaway game. And as much progress as North Carolina has made under Mack Brown, and it has made a ton of progress. I know Twitter doesn't think so this week, or X, or whatever you want to call it, but the program has made a crap load of progress. But it's still not at a point where it can't just show up and beat people. They have to have a good plan, and they have to execute it. And they have to play complementary football because they are talented, but they ain't got Ohio State or Georgia or Alabama talent, guys. They can't just show up, play like crap, not be dialed in, and still beat an ACC team. It's not going to happen, as they saw Saturday night. So going from bad to good and leapfrogging into great means all those things have to be done. Every box has to be checked. They were a check boxing team for 6 games this season. They left them all empty the other night, every one of them. Now they got to start checking those boxes again so they can regain the motto, good to great. They can't regain that motto until they show up in Atlanta and take care of business and check a ton of boxes. Then we could start talking about good to great again. If you think the Tar Heels are going to check those boxes and totally snip the cord to what happened Saturday in Chapel Hill, go ahead and hit like on this video. If you hope the Tar Heels had just a one-off Saturday against Virginia, and that's not who they are, go ahead and hit like on this video. Make sure you share it with your Carolina Tar Heel friends. Let them know we are here, not just here on YouTube, but our website, TarHeelIllustrated.com. It's just $8.33 a month, and you can be an insider too. Also, subscribe to this video, or to this channel rather, and hit the notification bell so you get updates every time we upload a video, which is often. Anyway, guys, appreciate you stopping by. I'll be back here tomorrow to talk more Carolina Tar Heels. Thanks for stopping by.